The War on Terror, launched after the September 11th attacks, ushered in a new era of warfare. Traditional battle lines vanished, replaced by shadowy conflicts in intelligence gathering, covert operations, and targeted assassinations. Private military contractors like Blackwater, later Sea Services and Academy, flourished. These private armies were thrust into conflict zones, undertaking missions once exclusive to state actors. Founded by former Navy SEAL Eric Prince, Blackwater rose to prominence during the Iraq and Afghanistan wars. Known for aggressive tactics and ties to the Bush administration, Blackwater was involved in high-profile incidents like the Nisour Square massacre. Beyond Iraq and Afghanistan, Blackwater's reach extended into Pakistan, a country struggling with militancy and terrorism. Blackwater's activities in Pakistan highlight the trend towards the privatization of war. The use of private contractors raises ethical and legal questions, blurring lines of accountability. The lack of transparency makes it difficult to assess the true impact and hold wrongdoers accountable. Blackwater's involvement in Pakistan remains shrouded in secrecy, with much of the information gleaned from investigative reports, leaked documents, and whistleblowers. The company is deeply embedded in the U.S. covert war, undertaking missions far beyond its publicly acknowledged role. Allegations suggest Blackwater operatives were involved in intelligence gathering, surveillance, training Pakistani security forces, and direct action missions targeting suspected militants. Blackwater's role in supporting the U.S. drone program is contentious. Pakistan has been a focal point of the CIA's drone campaign, with hundreds of strikes targeting suspected militants. Blackwater operatives are believed to have provided logistical and operational support, including intelligence gathering and target identification. The use of private contractors raises concerns about accountability and potential mission creep. Private companies, driven by profit motives, may be more prone to excesses and violations of international law. Reliance on contractors allows governments to distance themselves from controversial actions and circumvent public scrutiny. The U.S. covert war in Pakistan, waged with the assistance of private contractors like Blackwater, has had a devastating impact on the country. While the stated aim of these operations is to disrupt terrorist networks and protect U.S. interests, the reality on the ground is far more complex. Drone strikes, often based on faulty intelligence, have killed hundreds of civilians, including women and children. These casualties have fueled anti-American sentiment in Pakistan, undermining stability and playing into the hands of extremist groups. Beyond the immediate human cost of drone strikes and other covert operations, there are broader concerns about the erosion of sovereignty and the rule of law. The U.S. use of drones in Pakistan has been widely condemned as extrajudicial killing, violating Pakistan's sovereignty and setting a dangerous precedent for international relations. The involvement of private contractors like Blackwater in these operations further complicates the legal landscape, blurring the lines of accountability and making it difficult to hold perpetrators of wrongdoing accountable. Despite mounting evidence to the contrary, both the United States and Pakistani governments have consistently denied or downplayed the extent of Blackwater's activities in Pakistan. Official statements maintain that Blackwater's presence in the country was limited to a handful of personnel providing logistical support and training. However, investigative reports, leaked documents, and the accounts of whistleblowers paint a very different picture, suggesting a far more expansive and covert role. The lack of transparency surrounding Blackwater's operations in Pakistan is deeply troubling. It speaks to a broader culture of secrecy and impunity that has come to characterize the war on terror. When governments operate in the shadows, unconstrained by public scrutiny and accountability, the potential for abuse is immense. The case of Blackwater in Pakistan serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked power and the need for greater transparency and oversight of covert operations and the private contractors who carry them out. The legacy of Blackwater in Pakistan is one of controversy, secrecy, and unanswered questions. The company's alleged involvement in covert operations, including drone strikes, raises profound ethical and legal concerns, highlighting the dangers of privatizing war and the erosion of accountability. The human cost of these operations, both in terms of civilian casualties and the fueling of anti-American sentiment, cannot be ignored. As the nature of warfare continues to evolve, the use of private military contractors is likely to remain a contentious issue. The case of Blackwater in Pakistan serves as a cautionary tale, underscoring the need for greater transparency, oversight, and accountability in the shadowy world of covert operations. Failure to address these concerns risks not only undermining the rule of law and international norms, but also exacerbating conflicts and instability around the world.